No.
Why'd you get Tinder Gold?
Where?
Why?
Why? Because I had, there's like a little icon that has like, it tells you.
I forget.
Welcome everyone to Table Talk with the Boys. This episode is sponsored by High Smile, so make sure you go grab a pack and follow the link in the bio. Alright, start. Yeah.
Oh shit! Say less! I can't even use it because I'm racist.
I was lost. I was somewhere. I was lost. I was somewhere. I was lost. I was somewhere.
Did you guys watch the new Batman movie, the Matt Reeves one?
With Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so they just confirmed Batman 2.
Mm-hmm.
And, holy shit, I just realized I'm talking about the wrong movie, Joker. So the second one just got announced. They got Lady Gaga playing as Harley Quinn.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
And-
interesting, but
Okay,
I don't mind that.
Yeah, but peep
wow,
this,
okay.
peep this. It's a musical.
Eh?
What?
Really?
Yeah, Joker 2 will be a musical.
Okay.
Nah, bro.
Is that for real? For real?
For real,
actuals?
for real. For real, for real.
Oh.
You're gonna have like Lady Gaga there.
I'm in the
Carry to my Joker face.
I mean, and then ever since like Heath Ledger's Joker, they've just been comparing every other one to him. as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
He's like set the bar high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had
It's a pretty
freaking
high standard.
Jared Leto.
Freaking,
We don't know.
Like, we don't talk about that name here.
Bro.
We don't bring that name.
Even his laugh, bro. You remember his laugh? It's like purpose.
Purpose.
Such
Yeah.
a good topic to talk about.
That's my purpose.
What
So
is my purpose?
Yeah, what is your
That's the
purpose,
question.
man?
So,
We'll start with Lilo, actually.
What is your purpose?
What do you think your purpose is in life?
I feel, or at least for myself, I feel like it's such like a broad.
Yeah, definitely.
It's such a broad question. To like, I think because I'm 21 years old now. Like I'm at a stage where like I feel like I should start knowing what that is.
Mhm.
And I think for a while I did know, or I had an idea.
What did you think it was?
Oh, it was definitely to help people. Like you boys know, like my parents were youth pastors, so like I always thought that my life was kind of based around this premise that one day I'll become a youth leader, then I move up in the church, I go on staff, and then possibly one day I become part of the pastoral team of our church. Shout out Central Church, that's family. But now it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out who I am as a person. Or try to figure out exactly that question, like, what is my purpose? Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a hard like topic to understand.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
And there's like a lot of layers, as you said. There's like
Yeah.
heaps. It's like super broad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's like such a journey to go into.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
cool.
it's not just like a one night thing where you understand yourself and you're like, oh my god, this is
Yeah. And I think
What
I
it meant to
always
be.
used to like, I used to always think that people just like, it was just like that. It was instant. Like people were like, oh, I know what my purpose was. But the more I talked to like mentors or like people I looked up to in life, the more like I learned. Like it took them years.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And some of them are still like
trying to figure it
trying
out.
to figure it
Yeah.
out. I think everything in life is a learning curve, and you kind of use the experiences that you do go through, like to achieve what you would say is your purpose.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I think I'm just really young.
Yeah,
I
at the
feel like it's a
moment,
really young
yeah.
opinion. You know what I mean?
Zeke.
Over the last like 5 years, what I thought was my purpose has sort of like chopped and changed. Like, oh, I need to be doing this for work, and you know, I need to do this in like my current relationship, and it's my purpose to support or all that type of stuff. But I think my purpose and what I've always felt on my life is actually a sense of leadership, and that can be in anything. I'm still learning to do it in my family, getting closer to my family, which is nice. But like, I'm really good at building relationships and like fresh ones and making an impact, and I feel like that's a gift that God's blessed me with, and there's a sense of leadership in that, you know, because once you take on that responsibility to teach and to be, you know, teachable as well, but also lead that person or guide that person, I think there's that sense of accountability that you got to hold for yourself as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And I'm still trying to find that balance, you know, like holding myself up to the standards that I would want to see in like friends and you don't laugh.
I didn't even say it.
I was like, oh.
So, the reason we jumped onto the topic of purpose was actually because we started the conversation off with finding happiness. And the reason we brought it up was because we're just like in this conversation where we're talking about low points in life, and it's like, oh, how can, you know, someone find happiness? Or because there's so many motivational speakers and like preachings and, you know, all those motivational talks where it's like, you need to find happiness in yourself, you need to find happiness in your job, etc., all this stuff, but there's no real how do I find it? And if there is, it's real touchy, or it's real like over the top, that'll give you a high for like a day, and then when you're by yourself in your room at the end of the night, then you're back to square one. So we chatted on it, and it was basically we ended up going from the point that happiness actually comes from purpose and fulfillment. Feeling fulfilled in where you want to be is where you'll find your happiness. So basically it's just like for myself, it's I'll be honest, I'm like 22, so purpose is still up in the air for me. There's so many little dreams and different places I want to be,
and like goals
and goals that I want to achieve and all these different things, but at the moment it's still so like cluttered because there's so much I want to do. So at the moment I'm really just taking it piece by piece, kind of like, you know, hitting at the tree of life and getting pieces by pieces off, and hopefully I can carve it into something amazing later on. But otherwise, yeah, it's just like at the moment it's sticking to my job right now and seeing where I want to go further on, and just pursuing what I want to do, and maybe happiness will come later on with that. So and I hope that helps. You know.
I like that. What do you feel like your purpose is?
Well, yeah, I've talked to your Hans about it and stuff, and like with like all that happiness and like fulfillment and all that stuff. Because I told him, I was like, you know, happiness is short term, and it's always going to be like a high at first, and then it's gonna go low. That's just it. But with fulfillment and contentment and purpose, it's whether you are at a high or a low, it's always like, oh yeah, this is what I'm called for. This is what I'm supposed to do in life. So for me, I've always like thought about this sort of stuff as well. But at the end of the day, what I thought of my purpose was to help people as well, like same as Khalil, and also impact their lives as much as I can. So that's why like the first sort of job that I got was within healthcare. I wanted to help people with their sickness, or you know, getting them comfortable when they're like a, you know, older person in like an aged care facility, stuff like that. And then when I got to dance, and when I got to doing choreography and teaching, it's it was a different sort of help in a way. Like I'm helping people realize that they can be better. They can be better versions of themselves.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's like the same sort of help, but also a different sort of help, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like within dance and with teaching classes and all of that sort of stuff, it's like opening my eyes to like a whole new sort of perspective where it's the same purpose in life where I help people, but it's also different because I get to like experience it hands-on, where I'm getting people to realize that they can be more confident, or you know, they can express themselves in a creative way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's just my purpose in life. Yeah, that's why I also want to teach internationally.
Yeah.
And like share my knowledge in dance, and also share my dancing within like the dance community around the world, and like just like share like a moment with them and make them realize as well, like you know, like you're freaking awesome.
Yep.
And they like want to just throw it out there, and it's like such a big thing too. But I'm gonna say that not just me, but all of us are called to be world changers. Yeah, and that's like such a high sort of caliber to achieve. But I think within this group and with like our other friends within our group, I think we are called to be world changers.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my leadership, I only served 1 year, but I spent like 19 years of my life at Centro. So I think for me, actually, I don't know if we can say church names. At my church, I spent 19 years, 'cause I grew up there. So by the time like it came to my leadership, like I feel like I opted out too soon. Like I feel like I could have had like way more of an impact on the youth that were there during that time. But I think my season, I think I fell out of, not fell out of love, but I think my season came to an end, not with leadership itself, but I think with my time at the church that I was at.
Right.
So that's why I was like, it was hard too, because I was tossing up, because I was like I've only had 1 year of impact on these kids, and I assumed that it was going really well. Like I tried to be the best leader that I could be during that time period.
Definitely, yeah.
What do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? But during that time, I was a totally different person to what I am now. Do I have any regrets? No. Like I feel like it's too time consuming to think about things that you could have done or would have done back then.
100.
But I do agree with the fact that I probably opted out a little bit too soon. Like I probably could have stayed maybe a couple of years, and then thought about the idea of leaving. But I think it was because I was so used to all the OG leadership at in my youth group. And so when I became a leader, it was not completely, but it was like a really fresh team. Like
that's true.
We were kind of like the new generation of leaders, and I think a good amount of us left from that new gen, which makes me sad, because majority of us were at like a thing we have called emerging leaders, where you go out and with a bunch of different churches and a bunch of different leaders, it's kind of like a, what would you say? It's like a
retreat.
Intensive, isn't it?
It's like a retreat for like you to kind of get yourself in tune with like how you want to pursue your journey with God.
Right.
So a ton of us went on that, and then I also went on missions, where we went to Georgia, which is in Europe. It's like next to Russia. Yeah, that was fun. And majority of us, I think a good like 75% of us left after all of that.
Wow.
Oh, and then I also did interns under our senior pastors.
Yeah, that's true.
So like So it's like I did all these steps.
And you're on music team too.
Oh yeah, and then I was on youth team. I went to those 3 events, and then I was also on band. So I think, you know what? I feel like part of, maybe you guys agree with me with this. I think part of the reason why I felt like my season was done was because I felt burnt out.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
probably not even us 4. Probably a lot of people could agree that like you've gotten to a point where you're serving at your church and you felt like it became less of serving and more of like it felt like a job.
Yeah.
It felt like I felt obligated to do it because I had been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
That I plus back then I was a real pushover. Like I didn't know how to say no because I was too afraid of they need me, blah 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 blah. And so I left.
But yeah, because like especially how old are you? Like freaking 18, 17?
When I was
because you stepped straight out of it, so you weren't even like 18.
Yeah, because I went on missions when I was 17.
Yeah.
Because instead of here in Australia we have a thing called schoolies. Shout out to everybody who went to schoolies.
What are you laughing for?
Wait, what's that?
You wasted your money, bro. So while everyone, plus I wasn't allowed to do all the things that like unchurched kids were allowed to, or even some church kids. You know what I mean? Like people who don't go to like church.
Yeah,
it's
unchurched. You got it right.
Or secular.
Yeah, secular.
Secular people. So I wasn't allowed to party. I wasn't allowed to drink. I wasn't allowed to. Obviously, I wasn't allowed to smoke or anything. Like I wasn't allowed to watch Scooby-Doo until I was like 12, bro.
Real?
Yeah. Because my parents were like, "Nah, those are like demons." I was like, Scooby-Doo. He pulls off his mouth.
It's a whole person.
Talking dog demon. Ain't no way that ain't a demon.
Is double texting a problem?
No.
Double texting? What do you mean?
Double texting. Oh,
What's that
crap.
mean?
Well, to be fair, I do it myself. So, if it's a problem,
You're the problem.
I'm the problem.
I say
what
no
is
because I do it too.
What's
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Well, what does double texting mean?
So but you don't send everything in like one paragraph. You just like keep sending bubbles.
Oh yeah, because like it's, you can sense like there's a way if you know the person as well, like you know how they're saying.
Yeah.
If I send in a paragraph, it sounds so like formal. Like I send paragraphs if I'm inviting people to like a birthday or something.
Yeah.
No,
I
double
think
texting is not a problem.
double texting is for conversations. I think paragraphs are for just like a statement. Like here's your thing.
Yes,
Take it.
yes,
You don't
yes,
need
yes.
a reply. I feel like that's what.
You know who sends paragraph texts? People who break up. That's who sends.
Me? I send paragraph text. When I send like paragraph text on like text
Linked
on
with like a pic.
Instagram. Instagram has like a word limit. That's
Yes.
why I
Yeah.
can like double text as well.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a word
Yeah.
limit on paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like too long and shit.
true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't find a problem with it. Mainly because I'm the problem. But I don't know. I think it's like, I think it feels nice genuinely as a person as well to get double texted because it feels that you're like so important to that person doing it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like they're trying instead
conversation.
of writing a massive paragraph, they're getting everything out straight away. Obviously, there's a limit. I feel like I'm not gonna go messaging 15 times.
Yeah, if it-
I love you.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think you're amazing. We should break up. No, but no, I think
No, I agree. Like if your text chat is like all of your messages, that's a problem. Like if you can't even see like what her last message was because it's filled up of all your double text, that's a problem.
Is that the limit? Is that the limit?
If you fill up,
15 times.
we call that the page limit.
if you fill up the whole screen, you're a narcissist.
You're like hearing yourself speak.
Now I'm just like
No, but that's okay. If it's a paragraph, I understand.
But yeah, I
Just don't double message after
yeah.
that.
Just don't message anything after
I
that.
double message paragraphs too.
What?
Yeah.
Bro,
How
man
can you
just
be
dedicated.
both? How can you be both?
Sends 2 paragraphs. All right. Do you guys believe in aliens?
Alien.
Aliens.
Oh, we're gonna go there then.
We're gonna go there, huh?
Aliens, bro.
Yeah.
There's got to be something else up there.
I just.
I think that there's got to be something else up there.
Well, I feel like if I was an alien and I was looking at Earth, yeah, I'd probably want to go visit either.
He's got a fair
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a
Fair point.
completely
Like, we
fair
make
point.
so many movies about how we want to fucking cut them up and like,
Yeah, true.
or we want to like weaponize all their weapons.
Yeah.
Or so.
The
Like,
technology.
We make so many
if they're up
documentaries
there,
to them.
they're definitely not coming anytime soon.
Imagine if they had access to the movies that we make, and up in like space and Netflix watching what they would do to their kind of like, oh hell no! It's like their horror movies is watching our like
People murder
Our
them.
normal movie.
our normal movies is their horror movies because they're like, oh ain't no way, boy.
Well, I mean, who knows, right? Because like, the observable universe is like so big,
There's no corners. You know what I mean? There's
and
no
it keeps
stopping
expanding
point.
as
Yeah.
well.
But that's another funny thing. I saw this comedian talk about it. And it's like nothing makes fucking sense.
Why?
It's like because we're like a space rock just floating in endlessness, but it's always expanding. Like how is like endlessness expanding? Like that doesn't make any sense. No, one of my friends showed me Tinder. I'm not gonna say his name for security purposes, but then Khalil was like, "Oh man, get this app."
Yeah, I was like,
And
what did it mean? Didn't I tell you about today?
No, wait, I'm not gonna lie. I actually have purchased Tinder Gold.
What's
Really?
Tinder Gold?
Yeah.
Okay. So like you have base Tinder. Where, so on Tinder, like you know the whole swiping thing. You
Yeah.
just say like you like a person or you don't like a person.
Yeah.
So there's a thing called Tinder Gold, which shows you people who have liked your profile.
Mm.
But you get to see way more than like
Way more stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you
it's
just
like
you just get to see
yeah.
more.
And it's like
Okay.
unlimited swiping as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you have
And-
limited swiping for just basic Tinder?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, they really try to milk it out of you, bro.
Mm. And then so if somebody likes you on normal Tinder, like you're not allowed to see who it is. Like you have to just guess by swiping and it's a match.
Oh, yeah.
But with Tinder Gold, you
Wow.
can see whoever has swiped on you, and then you can swipe
Wow.
on them if you
Okay. Interesting.
take them out. Yeah. No.
Why'd you get Tinder Gold?
Where?
Why?
Why? Because I had there's like a little icon that has like it tells you.
I forget.
Oh my god, right? Fuck you! Oh my god, bro!
Oh no.
Exposed.
Vince really said,
That icon ain't saving you, bro.
Reason why I got it is because I was actually genuinely curious. How many people had swiped on me? Because at the
Okay.
point where I did get it, I think I was on 60. Like it shows you like there's 60 people who have liked you, but you're not allowed to see it. So you
Yeah.
have to like guess. And I'm like, 60 people? Oh. And then like I was like, wow, it's like $40-something. I'm like,
you paid $40-something
for 1 month. I was rich then. I'm not anymore. No, but
To
listen,
just see the 60 people.
bro, legit. So wait, no,
Come on, bro.
Okay, wait, how much was it? 40?
it's like actually like $43.99. But that's not what's important.
So $44 for affirmation.
Yes. Wait, but you know what was funny? You know what was a stitch up? I feel like half of them were like bot accounts.
Yeah.
Like half of
Oh,
them
you
weren't
just
real.
wasted your money on bots.
Yeah, no, don't
Right.
use your money on Tinder Gold. It is garbage. Alright. What is the worst lie you've ever told your parents?
Oof.
Oh shit! Shoot!
Sorry, Mum, if you're watching this.
Oh,
I'll start because I've told them the truth anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The worst lie was me doing well in university.
Okay.
Yeah. I've lied for like a solid year and a half, maybe.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So they were under the impression that you were attending uni and doing well for.
I was attending uni, yes.
Yeah.
Not doing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least you weren't hyping up that like you were like, yeah, I'm getting top marks.
No, I wasn't.
You would just say that you
I was just saying, yeah. I was like, oh
doing
yeah.
okay.
Floors open doors, so.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready for y'all.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh shit!
What is the worst one?
What is the worst?
Why y'all quiet?
We'll come out to you, yeah? Hello.
How do we skip 2 people?
Oh, worst.
What is
The worst lie?
worst lie?
I don't know if I can say any of them on camera.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Like I think like 2 years ago, or maybe a year ago. Was it last year? It was like a year or like a year and a bit ago. I actually told my mum that I lost my V card. I just didn't tell my mum how many people I had lost it to.
How many did?
I bet he did.
Whoa!
What's your funny killer cut?
Netflix no chill.
Just demon time.
No Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Just
no
chill.
chill. No Netflix,
Oh,
just
man.
chill.
Biggest lie I probably told my parents. Biggest lie I told my mum was that I didn't. Oh, can I say this? Oh, this might go on my criminal record because I'm confessing. You know, we'll discuss after, but I want to say the story. I stole. I was like covering for my sister at a place that she worked. It was like this Asian fish and chip shop, and these people were pretty nasty. So I decided to go into the till and steal $325, and
That's straight up theft.
My man's was up.
Get your bag
My
on.
man's was
Get your
up.
bag
You
on.
can't complain.
for year
Man's
12, bro, that was gonna last me tuck shop for the whole year. I was like,
Because this is what chicken burgers were like $3.50, bro.
And also,
Sheesh.
the Asian fish and chip shop went bankrupt. Wait, do you
Well,
mean
it's
like
the
you
other
stole $300 and something over time?
so it was over the whole shift. So I was taking like maybe 20s.
The whole shit.
The whole shift, bro.
Wait,
I
so
was,
how
I
much
was
did
only
you
working
take?
a 2-hour shift.
Oh, so how much in general did you take?
I took $325.
Man's was up $320, bro.
Wait, not only that, bro.
Complaining.
I went into
From
the
one
back.
shift.
Yeah, from
Let's
one shift.
go, bro.
From one shift.
You got more pay. you got your pay. You
how
got more
long was
pay than
the
you did the
shift?
whole week.
It was a 3-hour shift. I'm a different man. I have not stolen. I have not stolen since then.
I'm
But
happy.
I'm no.
Are you
But
sure about that?
listen,
Yeah.
listen. There was
What?
a cause, but I don't know if I can say that on camera. But
The cause was what?
Giving back to yourself?
yeah, well, it was a hard 3-hour shift.
I needed
It was so hard I had to.
I almost slipped away.
It was so hard I had to pay myself $105 an hour.
No, so the story was this guy that I knew in Chinchilla, because drugs was huge up there, right? So he owed this guy like $250, but I just decided to steal a little bit extra for, the hard labor that I was doing.
That is vile.
Oh, just $75, get over it.
I owe you 200. I stole the whole register. Damn.
Oh, it was so funny because my mom explained to me the phone call that she got, and they're like, "Hey, when your son was on shift, we don't know if he kept giving out wrong change or anything. We didn't get anything on cameras, but we don't know. But $325 is missing out of the register." My mom comes to my room. She's like, "Son, we need to have a talk." I'm like, "Yes, Mom." She's like, "I know what you did." And I'm like sweating
Did you keep to your guns or did you fold?
No, I
I folded. You folded.
He folded
I
it.
folded eventually, but
Mum-
at first I was like,
No, wasn't me. And mum took a 50% tax from the...
I'm not a bad guy.
Wait, so what did you,
You stole
originally
only to get
steal
stolen
for?
from.
What did you originally steal it for? Or you just wanted money?
No. So I originally stole it because there was this guy I started getting close with, and back then he was like promising me like, oh, you know, I'm when we get out of here, I'm gonna give you a car. Like my dad has a car I can give you, and all this type of stuff. So I wanted to get really close with him. Anyway, he was in trouble because he owed someone money for drugs, and at this point we already had been in a shootout, and I was like, look, Chinchilla is nuts. And so at this point I was like, okay, I don't want to take the chance that it's the same guys.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see him get killed, and I want a car. So I
All for the car.
I took the money,
All for the car.
but I realized it was so easy, and I was like, oh, I can take a bit more, you know? And so I took a bit more.
It
and
usually is easy when they trust you to Anybody else has anything to top that?
I can't top that.
You murder someone?
What was the biggest lie you told your mum?
I can't even top that though. But I straight up lied to my mum to go to factory during school.
To go what?
What was it? Yeah.
You're one of those. You're one of
You
those
lied
kids that have
what?
to kick out away.
Mans was like depressed in school.
Yeah.
And there was just one day where me and my mate just looked at each other and we were like, should we just go to like Garden City? And so aftercare class where they roll your name off and like they mark your name off the fucking roll.
Yeah.
Off the classroom roll and shit like that. After they did that, we just went straight to the shopping center. And then obviously I was at factory. I was like, fuck it, why not? I'm just gonna buy a bunch of clothes. And then got back, and then obviously I had the factory bag. I tried to fit it into my school bag, but I couldn't fit it in there.
Yeah.
Obviously because of all the school shit in there. And so when I got to the car, my mum was like, what were you doing today? And I was like, oh, I was here at school. And she was like, where'd you get the factory bag? And I was like, oh, my mate went for me. And that's literally the worst thing that I've ever done.
You did well.
That's literally the worst thing I've ever done. Did she believe me? Fuck no. But because school was finished, she couldn't do anything about it anyways. I already spent the money. So, and that was my lunch money. So.
Worst bullying story.
Oh, hell no.
What is it?
Early stages of school. Actually, no, whole school. I didn't pay any fucking attention at all. And so, I remember the principal coming in when I was maybe like year 3. I was at Leichhardt, so that was like year 3, I think. And what had happened was, I remember them coming in and explaining the high five rule. You know, say stop it, I don't like it, and all this type of stuff, or whatever it is. And I was not a smart kid growing up at all. Like, I was very dumb. And so there was this one time I was getting bullied, right? My dumb ass literally went, high five? I'm not kidding, bro. Bro, I am not kidding. I high-fived my own bullies for bullying me.
No way.
Hans was the bully.
I admit it. I was a menace. I was an absolute menace. But the worst one had to be. So I'm not name dropping anyone, but if he sees this, he'll probably remember what happened. But basically, I remember I was trying to make amends with this one guy. I was trying to sort it out, and then I was messaging him. And then he was messaging me all these things like go back to the zoo, because at the time I was bold, right? So he's like, go back to the zoo, drink bleach, like just like all these things. And because I had no idea, like the menace doesn't know how to take it, how to get it back. Like, you'll never know that, oh shit, they're trying to give it back to you. You'll never know that. So this dude was trying to tell me to drink bleach, go back to the zoo, you echidna, It looked like a
Of all
freaking.
the animals, you kid though.
Yeah, he was like, you look like a porcupine. Like, you built like a coconut. Like, it was just, like, it was all these just straight facts. And I'm just laughing. I'm just like, ha ha ha. And then what hit me was he sent this last 3 letters. And I felt so violated that I was like, I just got bullied. Mans was like, kill yourself?
Oh no.
And then from there on, I was like,
Reminds me of 2012.
oh, he's being serious.
Okay.
So,
remember
Yeah.
so obviously, instead of, being a man and replying, I blocked him on everything and avoided my whole 2 years of my end of school.
Damn.
And yeah, it was a great time.
Oh, so he was a kid you were bullying?
No, I was like, well, just trying to make amends because stuff happened.
Let's make amends. Kill yourself.
But I hope you're doing well, bro. It was just, I'll never forget that.
I'll forgive you. End it all.
So, but yeah, I'll never forget that. So that was when the tables turned.
Oh, God.
What about you?
Me? I mean, I was the same as Lilo. Like, I wasn't really bullied. But there were times where people were, like, being racist to me. So there was this one time in, like, grade 9 or something. We just finished, like, a period. And then, like, after it, we were, like, getting our bags, like, putting our stuff in our bags. And then there was this one kid who had like a cast on his arm, had a broken arm. He was a white kid, and if he sees this as well, he might remember it. But he said to me, because I had like a lot of like fellow friends as well, and there was this one fellow friend that I was with in that period, and he told both of us to go back to our country, and then so I was like, "Oi, what are you talking about?" And then he's like, "Go back to your country, bro." And then I was just like, "Bro, don't say that." And then he was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And then I was like, "If you say that again, I'm gonna break your arm, like again."
Not the other arm.
Not the other arm, just break your arm again.
Dickhead.
I'm gonna wait for your arm to heal and then we'll break it again.
No recovery.
And I think at that time his cast was off already, and like his arm was healing.
No.
Oh,
So-
was it just still in the sling, but without
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
cast?
yeah. And then he said it again. He said, "Go back to your country," and then started running. So I chased him, got his broken arm that was healing, and just started like clenching it.
John, you're a menace.
And then I was like, "What did you say again, bro?" And then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. And then I was like, "Don't ever say that again."
Nice.
Oh no! We had a couple kids like that in primary school where they'd call us the N-word.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I remember I was in class and it was
Hard
one-
R?
hard R,
Oh my gosh.
full Australian accent. I remember it was like, "Are you gonna bleep this?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh well, there's no point because it'll be like, "Oh, you said the N-word." Yeah, we were in class and we had a substitute teacher. You know, one of those young uni, real pretty types.
Oh.
So she couldn't really, but she couldn't. It was one of those that couldn't handle the class.
Uh-huh.
Like she didn't know how to discipline them. And because I wasn't a confrontational kid, because like I was an only child, so like there was no siblings to fight with or whatever. I remember. I was standing there. This kid comes up, and I was, because I'm not even gonna lie, I was straight up sucking off my teacher that day, bro. Like,
Wait, hold on.
like
What?
Like, as in, like, I was being a suck up.
Okay.
I was being like the biggest suck up to my teacher, and so like oh yeah, and then I sucked her penis as well. But like, so this kid walks up to me. You guys are so immature,
Hey, no way.
and I'm the youngest.
No, speak him out.
So this kid comes up to me, and I'm like, "Miss told you." Oh, I sound like such a cringe kid, bro. I was like, "Sit down." Miss told you to sit down.
There's one.
Yeah. my teacher was like, no, it's okay, Khalil, it's alright, just leave him, let him be. And then this kid turns to me, and he's like, what are you gonna do, N-word? And I was like, but I didn't know what that meant. But this girl was sitting there, she was just like, and then she was like, say, she's like, tell him, say it again and see what happens. And this is me. Yeah, say it again, see what happens. And this kid straight up look, and he's like super short too. He looks at me. He's like, N-word.
Oh my gosh.
And I did nothing because I didn't know what that word meant.
Say it again, nigga. He's like,
Yeah, and then we all left class. But he was part of like the special ed class. But it wasn't like disability, he was just like, he had anger issues.
Right.
Like, I think maybe ADHD as well.
Mm.
But yeah. Yeah, so to that kid, fuck you. But I didn't count that as bullying because it wasn't like
you are, bro.
Yeah.
You're a menace.
You're a menace.
Yeah, because I didn't count as bullying because he didn't like harass me every day, like calling me that word. It was that one time like I decided to play hero. And then this kid called me the N-word, and I didn't even know what the word meant.
Oh, damn.
Alright, I want to try something. I want to try something with you guys. Because I don't want it to always just be talks, I want it to be a bit of activities here and there as well.
Okay.
I want to do a role play exercise.
Shit.
Sexually.
Role
Kinky.
Okay.
Let's think of
like a theme.
Let's think of something together. Yeah. Like a story, and then I'm gonna put us, two of us, in a random name generator, which I'll get up now.
Okay.
And then we'll have to. Whoever gets picked has to do those roles.
In detention.
Detention. There you go.
Oh,
Detention's good.
detention! Yeah. All right. So whoever gets picked has to sit right here in the center of the camera,
Okay.
and then the other two leave. It's first spin. Here we go.
It was me. It was all me.
Oh my
Let's go.
God. Let's go! Alright, John, let's dip. So, what is happening here is you guys are just right in detention. You're the only two people here. The teacher has left for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And you two are just trying to find out what each other did. 3, 2, 1.
Yo. This is my classroom.
You're in my seat.
What, did you have sex with the teacher too? Easy as. So, one person's the cop and the other is the intoxicated driver.
Okay, intoxicated. What's up, officer?
Let's restart.
Good evening, officer.
Can't hear you. Window's still up. It's electronic. I don't know why you're winding this shit.
Good evening, officer.
Yeah, how fast are we going?
69 kilometers an hour.
That's 9 kilometers above the speed limit.
I thought the speed limit was 70.
Last time I checked. Nah, mate, it's 60. You're going 69 in a school zone after hours, and there's lots of kids around.
If it's after hours, then it's fine.
It matters in my town.
Okay, but it's a Halloween night. I was trying to rush to my girlfriend's Halloween party.
You fucking jigaboo.
Ignore those kids on the street.
I'm sorry, officer. What am I getting now?
What is the worst assumption someone has made about you?
Oh yes. That I was gay because I was clean. some motherfucker
I think that's wrong.
came into my work at when I used to work for a company, a shoe store. And so I guess I have little.
Yeah,
He's good.
sorry.
He's alright. Shit. No, someone just said to my manager, "Hey, where's the gay guy at?"
Oh no.
And he was genuinely curious. And she was like, "Oh, Don's not working today," and he's like, "Oh, that's not his name." And she was like, "Who?" And then he's like, "Oh, like he's Samoan." And she was like, "Johans," and he's like, "Yes," and she's like, "Oh, yeah, the gay guy's not in today." So now I have a guy out there that genuinely believes I'm gay. So
Me, my mum and my sister were at a birthday party. I think it was from one of mum's friends, and it was this lady from church that we hadn't seen in a long time. And I was standing in line to get food with my sister, and she turned around, and she didn't recognize who I was. So she was like to my sister, "Oh, you guys are a beautiful couple." A couple of siblings.
It was the same for me with Lilo, but it's like switched. So this random ass, like, I don't know if it was a dude or a chick, I can't even remember anymore, but they thought that Donna and I were siblings.
Oh, right then.
Donna is his girlfriend, by the way.
Yeah.
So they're not siblings. So if you see them out, say hi because they're a beautiful couple.
I think mine's similar to Johan's. Like, if people meet me without like interacting with me or seeing me on social media, like upon first meeting, because like the way I dress, if we go to like press cover, I'd probably like wear like half a suit or something like that. They're like, "Oh, you're pretty cool for a gay guy." I'm like, "Ain't no way." Ain't no way. Bro, it's such a common thing. It's such a common thing. People think because you're clean or like you wear good clothes or something, it's like, "Oh, gay." He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
He likes
nice."
the same gender.
So, for the new viewers, I'm scruffy in pajamas, so you don't think I'm gay. What is your guilty pleasure song?
What is my guilty pleasure song?
Oh,
Well, for me, it's that Evanescence song.
Bring Me Back to Life?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's actually a good song.
what's that song?
That's actually a really
That's
good
actually
song,
a dope
though.
song.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, every song is pretty good. Such a good song, though.
Wake up, what always got me about that song was the rap part, because it comes in so aggressive.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, bro. Come on, dog. Got too many years ago.
Oh, this one.
I don't know this one. I've never heard this.
It's in blue. Beautiful, crazy, can't help but amaze me. The way that she dances, take chances, heart on her sleeve. Yes, she's crazy, but her crazy's beautiful to me.
Oh, then you kind of does.
Favorite song right now?
Oh,
Frick, that's a hard one, dude.
My favorite song will always still be Let's Straighten It Out by Latimore. When I don't even know what's wrong.
Let's straighten it out.
Bro, I just want to have like a whiskey right now and just sit there.
Let's straighten it out.
Oh. I want to. I've always wanted to smoke a fat Cuban cigar.
Yeah, whiskey.
Yeah, I just want that mob boss feel.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah.
This has been on repeat since this guy showed me.
boys and girls.
I'm not kidding. I bought a $130 sound system, like just like aux cords and better stuff, just so I could hear the song louder with better bass in my car for this song, pretty much.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi. take off the money phone, take
think
off the
this is the
car
only
loan,
song
take
I
off
like
the flex
from
and the
him.
white loss.
I like
Take off the
Silent
weird
Hill.
ass jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off some
I'm
fabricate
fucking
streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5 days stay, take off for the meal, hella follow.
The song goes off, bro. The song goes off.
What's your current?
I went Fall to Your Love by Nick Moore.
I like this as ready, bro. Bad.
Yeah, no one ever told me that you were making love to someone you couldn't hold me. Yet the feeling's gone.
Just to walk around. Haunted Stories.
Nah, but in all seriousness, thanks guys for tuning to the podcast.
Yeah,
A lot of fun, a lot of cool memories, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Later.
I was lost. I was somewhere